Hello, welcome to Zoe's Treasures. My name's Tracy, here with my husband Noel. He's in the background running our cameras. Tonight is our story time, so we're going to read a couple of stories, and in between that, we have fill a box for $10. So we have a 10 by 10 box, pretty good size. So 10 by 10, pretty decent size there. You know, take the flaps down, good size. So fill that box for $10. So that is a great deal. And in order to fill that box, the bin is pretty full. Just put whatever number you want from the bin. I will pull it out of the bin and put it in your box. And then between stories, I also have a bunch of books on the shelves behind me that are not in the bin, and I will show those. And if you want any of those, you can just tell me in the chat that you want that, and I'll put that in your box. When your box is full, we'll check out, or whenever you're ready. So with that, we're going to get started. Welcome in. Hello, Kelly and Gwen. Thanks for coming by our show tonight. We are going to do a story tonight. It is Mickey Mouse. I'm going to move this out of the way. Mickey Mouse and the Pet Shop. So we're going to read this one, then we'll take a look at some books, and then we'll come back to another story. So let's start with Mickey Mouse and the Pet Shop. Mickey Mouse was a great friend of Mr. Palmer, the owner of the local pet shop. One day, Mr. Palmer had to go on an overnight trip. He couldn't leave the animals by themselves, so he asked Mickey to watch the shop while he was gone. "I will be back tomorrow afternoon," said Mr. Palmer as he waved goodbye. "You shouldn't have any problems." "Have a good time," called Mickey. "This'll be a snap." "A snap," a parrot repeated. Mickey decided to get to know the animals. So he walked around, gazing at the colorful fish, talking parrots, furry kittens, and cuddly dogs. They all seemed content, except for a cute little puppy who wouldn't stop whimpering. "Poor little fella," said Mickey. "What you need is some attention." He picked up the puppy. The puppy wiggled out of Mickey's arms and raced over to the fishbowl for a drink of water. "Watch out," screeched the parrot. "Watch out!" He was too late. The puppy knocked over the bowl and the fish went flying across the store. "Gotcha," Mickey called as he caught the fish and put it in a new bowl. He put the puppy back in the kennel. Just then, the door opened. It was Mickey's first customer. He was so excited that he forgot to lock the kennel door. "Can I help you?" Mickey asked. Before the woman could answer, the puppy had gotten out and opened the door to the mice's cage. Now mice were everywhere. "Oh my, I'll come back later, much later," cried the woman as she raced for the door. After the customer left, Mickey put the animals back where they belonged. This time, he made sure that he locked the doors. "Don't worry, little guy," he said to the puppy. "Someone will come for you. You'll see." Then Mickey went upstairs for the night. When Mickey tried to go to sleep, the puppy howled and howled. Mickey tried hiding under the covers, but that didn't work. He could still hear. Then he tried covering his ears with a pillow. That didn't work either. Mickey didn't know what to do. Finally, the puppy got exactly what he wanted, a cozy spot under the covers right next to Mickey. When Mickey woke up the next morning, the puppy was gone. Mickey looked all over the house for him, but he was nowhere to be found. Maybe he's downstairs, thought Mickey. Mickey couldn't believe his eyes when he walked into the pet shop. It was a mess. Books were scattered on the floor, and the plants had been turned over, but the puppy wasn't there. Mickey got dressed and then began to look for his little friend. He was about to give up when he remembered to check the storage room. Sure enough, the puppy was there. Mickey picked up the puppy and brought him back into the kennel and locked the door. "Now you can't cause any more trouble." "Well," said Mickey with a sigh, "I guess I should begin tidying up the store." As he worked, the puppy began to whine. Mickey felt bad, so he opened the kennel door. The puppy followed him around, trying to be good. He helped Mickey put the books back, dust the counter, sweep up the soil from the flower pots. "You may be a rascal," said Mickey, "but I sure am getting used to having you around." Mickey and the puppy had just finished cleaning up when Mr. Palmer strode in. "It looks like everything went smoothly," he said. "I hope none of the animals gave you any trouble." It was easy as pie," a very tired Mickey replied. Then Mr. Palmer handed Mickey his paycheck. "Thanks for helping me out," he said. "I hope you'll come back soon." Mickey just smiled. As Mickey was about to leave, the puppy began to howl. "I'm going to miss you too, little fellow," Mickey said sadly. Suddenly, Mickey had an idea. He could take the pup instead of the pay. Now everyone would be happy, especially the parrot who screeched, "And don't come back." "But what should I call you?" Mickey wondered out loud. What should he call him? Just then, Mickey saw pictures of outer space in a newspaper. The headline read, "New pictures of Pluto." "That's it! I'll call you Pluto," he exclaimed. Pluto licked Mickey's cheek happily. From that day on, Mickey and Pluto were the best of friends. Thanks for hanging out for that story. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some books now. So we have various books. We are doing Fill a Box for $10. So if you want any of the books that are in the bin, just throw that number, whatever that bundle number is, into the chat. We'll throw it in a box for you. And in the meantime, I have a bunch of books that aren't listed. I will go through those bundles. If you want them, just let me know. All right, so let's start with some Beverly Clearly. Welcome in. We're doing Fill a Box for $10. So I am doing book bundles. So we put bundles into a box. You fill that box up. It is $10. Check out whenever you are ready. There are bundles in the bin. If you're interested in any of those, just throw that number in the chat and I will put that bundle into your box. And then I'm going to show some bundles too that are not listed. So if you like any of these, just tell me that you want it in the chat. So this bundle is a Beverly Clearly bundle. It has 4 books. The first one is Ramona's World by Beverly Clearly. It is, all of our books are pre-loved, but they're still in great readable shape. So we have this one. It is reading level, no reading level, but ages 8 to 12. Goosebumps, Fear Street. I do not have any of those ones. No, not tonight. But thanks for asking. I appreciate it. So then we have Ramona and Her Father. And these are all 8 to 12, age 8 to 12. Ramona and Her Mother, which is great. So you get the mother and the father. And Ramona the Brave. So if you're interested in that bundle, throw that in the chat and I'll add it to a box for you. We have another Beverly Clearly bundle here. This one has different books in it. So you get 5 books in this bundle. And this one comes with Emily's Runaway Imagination. These are a 4.8 reading level, so it's ages 8 to 12, so just depending on where they are at in their reading. We have Henry and Beezus. Which one is this? Henry and Rigsby. Strider. And this is a good classic there. And Ralph S. Mouse. So these are some great Beverly Clearly books. The bin is full. If there's any of those bundles that you like, we also have singles. Just let me know. We'll start a box for you. This is a good one. These are a lot of classics here. This is a mix of hardcover and paperback, but these are all Hardy Boy books. So a lot of the boys seem to like these better than the Beverly Clearly ones. So this may be something you're looking for. We have 3 soft covers and a hardcover. So let's see. We get Hardy Boys, The Secret Warning. I'm trying to see what this one is about. I do not see what it is about. But we have The Secret Warning. This one's in really great shape. Looks like it was never even used. It is still nice and firm. The Twisted Claw. So these are a little bit older Hardy Boys, but they're great books. And then here's some newer Hardy Boys. This is The Test Case, Trouble in Warp Space. These are all ages 8 to 12. The Castle Conundrum, and Warehouse Rumble. So that is 6 books, 6 Hardy Boys. How is everybody tonight? Hope you're doing good. Glad it's almost the end of the week. We are going to read another story in a minute. We just read about Mickey. We do like to read stories throughout the show. So if you have any little ones around, they can be entertained as well. All right, we have 2 Pokemon books, and these always get me because they're backwards. So you have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and again, pre-loved, but in still really great shape. And we have Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Platinum. So these are kind of like the comic book type style ones. You get 2 of them. We can add this to a box. If you don't want to do a box and you're just interested in single books or bundles, let me know. We do books for $2 a piece if you like to buy them that way instead. All right, we're going to just do this last bundle, and then we're going to read another story. This is a great bundle. This has a ton of books. Let's see how many you get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 books in this. These are all Horrible Harry books. So there's a lot of these Horrible Harry books. So we have Horrible Harry and the Dungeon, The Green Slime. Let's see, these are all reading level 3, ages 7 to 10. Horrible Harry Goes to the Moon. And they're all really great shaped books. Horrible Harry and the Ant Invasion. The Triple Revenge. In Room 2B. There's another In Room 2B. We'll switch this out for a different one. I know I have more. Horrible Harry Goes to Sea. Purple People. The Secret. Christmas Surprise. Horrible Harry moves up to 3rd grade. How about Kickball Wedding? And The Drop of Doom. So large book bundle. We can add that into a box. We are doing 10 by 10 boxes. That holds a lot of books for $10. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and read another story. Actually, I should probably move those out of my way. Let's read another story, and then we'll take a look at some single books. So let's do a fairy tale this time. We are going to do Sleeping Beauty, a lullaby for fairies. What does Milo think about that?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let's get this started. One evening, Princess Aurora invited her fairy friends, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, to the castle. They had a lovely dinner and told stories, but the hours passed quickly, and soon it was time to go to bed. Let's have a good night song, Fauna suggested. You mean a lullaby? Aurora asked. Oh, that sounds lovely, Merryweather said. So they sang and twirled each other around. Now it's really time for bed, Flora finally said, when each of them had sung once. Do we have to go to bed? Fauna protested. I think it would be a good idea, Flora replied. After all, we've got a lot to do tomorrow. You're right. Good night, said Aurora. Sleep tight, said the fairies. Before long, everyone was fast asleep, except for Flora. Poor Flora tossed and turned. She flipped and flopped, and she accidentally bonked Merryweather right in the head. Ouch, cried Merryweather. Why did you wake me up? I'm sorry, said Flora. I can't fall asleep. Why don't you count sheep? Fauna suggested. So the fairies started to count. 1, 2, 3. The fairies counted louder and faster. 30, 40, 82, 100. Sure enough, they woke Aurora. Will you two please keep it down, pleaded Fauna. The princess needs her sleep. Flora was supposed to count the blue sheep, said Merryweather. No, 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 replied Flora. I was supposed to count the pink sheep. The fairies' voices got even louder as they argued. The princess wanted to get everyone back to sleep before they woke up the entire palace. So she started to sing a lullaby. The sun is set, it's time for bed. Close your eyes and rest your head. Aurora's soothing song calmed the fairies immediately. The sweet tune made their eyelids heavy. Soon they were all fast asleep, even Flora. Ah, sleep at last, Aurora sighed happily. She continued to hum the lullaby as she settled back down under her blanket, and soon the princess was fast asleep too, dreaming about adventures with friends and pink and blue sheep. That is our second story tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with that one. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some books. If you're just joining us, Witchy Webs, thanks for hopping in. We are doing Fill a Box for $10, so it's a 10 by 10 box. If there's any of the bundles in the bin that you're interested in, just put that number in the chat. I'll add it to your box. And if there's anything that I show that you like, let me know in the chat and we'll throw that in the box. So anything that I'm showing tonight, it is not in the bin. I just brought it out to give you guys a little more selection. If you are interested in just one book, I can do that too. We do books for $2 a piece. All right, so this is The Secret School. It is by, who is this by? That's interesting. You would think that it would say it right on the front. All right, well, I'm not too sure because it doesn't say it. It is The Secret School. It is ages 8 to 12. All of our books are pre-loved, but in really great reading condition still. So this one says, more than anything, Ida Bidson wants to become a teacher. To do that, she must finish 8th grade and then go on to high school. But her dream falters when the one-room school in her remote Colorado town shuts down. Her only hope is to keep the school open without anyone finding out. Yet even a secret school needs a teacher. Ida is only 14, so she can't do the job, or can she? You'll never know, huh? All right, that's a great one there. We have, this is a little bit bigger. This is The Borrowers Avenged by Mary Norton. This is looks like a really good one here. Ages 8 and up. And it says, after their narrow escape from the Platter's attic in The Borrowers Aloft, Pod, Homily, and Arietta return to their miniature village, but is no longer a safe refuge. So once again, the borrowers must go looking for another place to live. We have A Happy Heart by Rachel Yoder. And this is Rachel's back with a bad case of the grumpies. Nobody wants the grumpies. This one looks like it has never even been used before. Looks brand new. How about Wayside School? This one is Wayside School Gets a Little Stranger. Reading level 4.3. Most of these are scholastic books that we have. It's before you enter Wayside School, you should know that it is a 3rd-story building with one classroom on each floor. Mrs. Jules teaches the class on the 13th floor. Mrs. Zarvis teaches the class on the 19th floor, except there is no 19th floor, so there is no Mrs. Zarvis. A little spooky. We have a few of these Amber Brown books. So this is Amber Brown Goes to 4th grade. This is for ages 7 to 10, a reading level 3. Another Amber Brown. Amber Brown is Feeling Blue. It says Amber Brown has a big decision. Spend Thanksgiving with Mom and Max in Walla Walla or with Dad in New York. How about Amber Brown Wants Extra Credit? It says Amber Brown is in deep trouble. No matter what she does, it isn't enough. Her room is a mess, her homework is late, and her mom is dating someone. What can Amber do? So she has to get some credit for trying, right? How about Amber Brown Is Not a Crayon? Okay, that's great. Amber Brown and Justin Daniels are best friends. They sit next to each other in school, help each other with fractions and spelling, and always stick up for one another. But when Justin finds out that he is moving away, everything begins to change. We have, I think we already read this one. No, this one's different. Forever Amber Brown. Well, this is a good one. And these are popular ones. Hello. I can't read the name, sorry. Oh, Miss Ray Ray, there you are. Hello, how are you today? Didn't even see you pop in. We have Mrs. Piggle Wiggle's Farm. This one is ages 6 to 10. These are pretty popular. I had somebody requesting Mrs. Piggle Wiggles the other day. So this one says, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle is back. She's left her upside-down townhouse and have moved into a farm in the country. With the help of her cows and pigs and horses, she's still curing girls and boys of their bad habits. So whatever the problem, from pet forgetter-itis to fraidy catness, the parents all exclaim, better call Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. And we have another Wayside School. This one is Wayside School is Falling Down. Ages, the other one said the ages. This one I think is ages like 7 to 10. It says, yum, Miss Mush is dishing out her famous mushroom surprise in the Wayside School cafeteria. Ron says it tastes like hot dogs and grape jelly. Clean your plate and you'll turn green in time for class picture day. Wear your craziest outfit and you'll fit right in between Morica in her striped bikini and Calvin, who's wearing his birthday tattoo. Say cheese. That sounds like quite the school. All right, those are our single books. We are doing Fill a Box for $10. If you're interested in filling a box with books, you just let me know. We'll start you a box. Any of the bundles in the bin, ignore the price on the bundle. If you want it, just tell me the number and it goes into the box. The whole box is $10. All right, and with that, we're going to read another story and then we'll get back to doing some more selling. Let's do The Spooky Sleepover. This is a Disney from Monsters, Inc. All right, so we're going to read this one. It was a quiet morning at Monsters, Inc., and James P. Sullivan, also known as Sully, was catching up on paperwork. He smiled as he reviewed the monthly laugh reports. At Monsters, Inc., it was the monster's job to go into the human world and make kids laugh. The laughs were used as energy for the city of Monstropolis. It has been Sully's idea, and now he was the president of Monsters, Inc. He was glad everything was going so well. Welcome in. We are reading a story, and then we're going to go through and look at some more books. If you want to start a bundle, we are doing Fill a Box for $10, so it's a 10 by 10 box. Take a look at the bundles in the bin, ignore the price on those bundles, and just tell me the bundle number, and that'll go into your box. All right, let's get back to our story, The Spooky Sleepover. Suddenly, the phone rang. Hello, said Sully. It's dispatch, said a voice on the other end of the line. Annual slumber party at the little Shannon Brown's house. Waxford is out sick. We need a replacement. I'll get right on it, replied Sully. He knew that there would be lots of kids at the party, and he wanted to make sure he had a monster there to tell jokes and capture laughs. Sully thought about who to send. He wanted to put his best monster on the case. He smiled to himself. Who better for the job than his one-eyed pal, Mike Wazowski? Mike was Monster Inc.'s top laugh collector. He could make anyone laugh. Sully knew his best friend would be perfect for the job. Mike was in the locker room getting ready for work. He had just finished putting in his contact lens, which was the size of a pizza, when Sully walked in. Sully explained the situation. I'm your man, Mike said confidently. Great, Sully exclaimed. Whistling, he went back to his office to finish his laugh reports. Piece of cake, Mike said as the door slid into his station on the laugh floor. One joke and I'll collect enough energy for the year. Then Mike opened the door and walked through the closet in Shannon Brown's room. It was empty. Hello, Mike called. He looked around the room. He peeked under the bed. There was no one there. Some party, he thought. I wonder where everyone is. Maybe I should go back. Just as Mike started walking towards the closet, he heard the sound of laughter. All right, now we're in business, Mike exclaimed. Kids, prepare to laugh. Just then, thunder cracked across the sky, and a flash of lightning lit up the dark room. Mike jumped. If there was one thing he didn't like, it was a thunderstorm. I'm okay. I'm fine, Mike shouted, and then he ran to the closet door to return to the factory. Mike jiggled the doorknob, but it just opened into a closet, not the laugh floor at Monsters, Inc. There was no way out. Mike soon realized that lightning must have struck the door and broke it. Don't panic, he told himself, his voice shaking. He knew he had to find a slumber party at another closet door fast. Otherwise, who knew how long he'd be stuck here? Mike took a deep breath and headed into the dark hallway. He was sure he heard laughter coming from somewhere. Now all he had to do was to find it. And he started walking. The floor made a noise beneath him. Creak! Halfway through the hallway, Mike stopped and looked around. There were some paintings on the wall that looked very creepy. They gave Mike goosebumps. He was pretty sure the people in the paintings were staring right at him. I've got to get out of here, Mike muttered to himself as he continued down the hallway. Then he saw something and froze. Mike couldn't believe his eyes. Sitting at the end of the hall was a large furry creature with fangs, and it was panting heavily. Oh man, he cried, am I ever glad to see a fellow monster around here? Taking a deep breath, Mike started to walk closer to the creature. Just as he did, the creature knocked him down. Ah, Mike screamed, dog breath. Mike hated dogs. He pushed the dog off him and ran as fast as he could into a nearby room. He slammed the door shut. He was safe for now. Meanwhile, back at Monsters, Inc., Sully was working on the laugh floor. The floor manager came running over. Sully, he shouted. Mike still hasn't returned from the slumber party. He's never been gone this long. When Sully went to check on the door, he discovered it wasn't working. That meant Mike was trapped in Shannon Brown's house. Oh no, said Sully. We've got to get Mike out of that closet. I can't believe he's stuck. Sully brought in a maintenance crew to figure out how to fix the door. Together, the monsters pulled all the levers and pushed all the buttons on the door to try to get it to open properly. When that didn't work, Sully read the emergency manuals. He and the other monsters tried everything they could. After a few hours, the door made a clicking sound. It was working. Now it would open into a different room at Shannon's house. The monsters cheered. Back in the house, Mike walked into the bathroom. Ouch, the green monster squealed as he tripped on a yellow rubber ducky and went rolling across the floor. Finally, Mike crashed into the wall and stopped. Then he heard a lot of giggling from down the hall. Mike did not like this assignment or this house, but he was determined to find the party, so he lifted himself off the floor and followed the laughter. But when he found the right door and opened it, it was quiet. Slowly, Mike entered the dark, silent room. All of a sudden, a light went on, and Mike jumped. Shannon Brown and all of her friends started roaring with laughter. They thought Mike looked funny sneaking into a room. Mike was so frightened that he couldn't stop yelling. At that exact moment, the closet door opened and Sully burst into the room. When he heard Mike, he started screaming too. Then he and Mike jumped toward each other and huddled together. The girls at the slumber party laughed and laughed. A big blue monster with purple spots hugging a one-eyed little green monster was one of the funniest things they had ever seen. Mike and Sully looked at each other and smiled. Then Mike jumped to the floor and they both took a bow. The kids cheered. Looks as if our work here is done, Sully said. He and Mike headed through the closet door and back to Monsters, Inc. They had filled so many canisters with laughs that Mike was named the top laugh collector that day. I was never scared for a second, said Mike, hoping Sully would believe him. Me neither, buddy, Sully replied from his big furry fingers crossed behind his back. Me neither. The end. Thank you for hanging out for that story. So today we are doing story time, and we're doing fill a box for $10. So anything from the bin, you let me know what number it is, and we throw it in the box. Just ignore the price on the bin. Once you get your box full, I'll check you out for $10. I have some books here that I'm going to show you that are not in the bin. So if you're interested, just throw it in the chat that you want to add those books to your box. So let's take a look at some of the other books we have. All right, so we have this bundle here. This is a huge bundle. Let me pull it out. This is a, oh, thank you so much. Mom's Thrifty Adventures. I love reading the stories, so kind of
thank you.
Thought it would be cool to read some stories. All right, we have a Nancy Drew bundle here. So all of our books are pre-loved, but they are still in good readable condition. If you don't want to fill a box, that's okay. We do books for just $2 a piece, so just whatever you want. So let's go through here. We have Nancy Drew, The Case of the Floating Crime. These are all reading level 6.9, so it's grades ages 8 to 12 is who they're made for. Then we have The Case of the Disappearing Diamonds. It says famous mystery author Monica Crown is mixed up in a real-life case more puzzling and frightening than ever she's devised. Her daughter Karen has been accused of stealing a fabulous set of 6 diamonds. Uh-oh. We have The Puzzle at Pineview School. With George as the assistant coach, the all-girl Pineview soccer team has earned the right to compete for the prestigious Canadian Cup, but a valuable pair of brooches that were going to be sold to benefit the team have been replaced with fakes. We have Danger on the Great Lakes, another Nancy Drew. So this is a whole softcover set, Nancy Drew books. Too much sabotage spoils the broth. That one sounds interesting. We have The Clue on Crystal Dove. This is an older Nancy Drew. This is Captive Witness. Still in good shape, still in really great shape. Just older covers. Mystery on Maui. The Case of the Captured Queen. I love how they've done, like redone a lot of the Nancy Drews. So you have like the older ones and then like the newer looking ones. I just love how they've done that. The Key in the Satin Pocket. And The Missing Horse Mystery. So that is all of those Nancy Drews. If you're interested, we can add those to a box for you. Just let me know. You can just tell me you like the Nancy Drew bundle. I have a few more bundles here we'll take a look at. And a few singles. Let's see, what's this one? So we have, this is a large Pokemon one. And this is Pokemon probably for the younger kids. So this is, let's see, oh, these books always confuse me being both ways. Okay. Reading level, where does it say the reading level? It is not telling me on this one. Interesting. This one is not telling me a reading level, but it looks pretty simple. It's small print, but they're not big paragraphs. So we have Temple of the Sea. This is one of those ones that have like the books going each way. Attack of the Prehistoric. Let me flip them over so I can see. Seymour, the Heart of a Champion. Thunderstruck in Pummel Stadium. Pikachu's Vacation. Here we go, ages 5 to 9 these are for. I knew there was a reading level on these somewhere. What's this one? The Johto Journeys. Return to Squirtle Squad. Say that 10 times fast. That's a hard one. Island of the Giant Pokemon. Pokemon Challenge. This is Master Riddles, Puzzles, and More. Oh, this is neat. It's like a, has like activities in it. Like different activities, word searches and such. That's a fun one. Splashdown in Cerulean City. This one has a little more wear on it. This is the Johto Journeys again. I can switch it out for another one. I Choose You. And Team Rocket Blasts Off. So this is a whole bundle. If you're interested in that one, we can add it to your box. So we have all of those. There's what I think 15. How many books did I say? I didn't count them again, but there is quite a few in there. Let's see here. We looked at the Hardy Boys. Trying to find something we haven't looked at. Oh, here we go. How about some Scooby-Doo? We have Scooby-Doo and the Bailey Kids. So the Bailey Kids are really cool ones. These are reading level 3, ages 7 to 10, and it is a set of 5 books here. So we have Mrs. Jeepers is Missing. Dracula, oh, these are my favorite. Yes, I'm remembering these. Dracula Doesn't Drink Lemonade. All right, so we know Dracula doesn't drink lemonade. And now we're going to learn that ghosts don't eat potato chips. Werewolves don't go to summer camp. And dragons don't throw snowballs. And they say you learn something every day. Look at that. I just learned 4 things. I learned that dragons don't throw snowballs, werewolves don't go to camp, ghosts don't eat potato chips, and Dracula doesn't drink lemonade. Who knew? 5 books. You can put those in your box if you're interested. And then we have some Scooby-Doo. Classic Scooby-Doo. Who doesn't love a dog and his crew there? So we have all of these books. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Scooby-Doo books. We'll take a look at them. Let's show you this way because the colors, you can see some look newer than the others. So they are all pre-loved, different levels of love, but still in readable condition. So we have Monsters Unleashed. Let's see if we can find a reading level on this. I do not see a reading level on this. Chapter book, short paragraphs. Scooby-Doo, The Legend of the Vampire. Okay, here we go. Reading level 2, ages 6 to 9. Vampire's Revenge. Haunted Castle. Oh, here we go, right here. Scooby-Doo's Guide to Life. What does Scooby-Doo say? Scooby Rules, Scooby Snacks, Ghoul Spotting. Let's see. Why does Shaggy call the Mystery Machine the Invisible Van? Because, like, wow, it's out of sight. Ha ha ha. What is the best thing Chef Shaggy put into the pie? His teeth. How to make hound sounds. I'm trying to find them. What else do we hear? Oh, how to dress like Scooby. You can have a stylish blue collar. Paws, always ready for food. Oh, we have a Daphne's trapdoor dip. So we even have recipes in this one. Scooby's Guide to Life. I do not know how I made it to very old without this book. Scary Skateboarder. Runaway Robot. Bowling Alley Boogeyman. The Case of the Theater Phantom. And The Headless Horseman. So that is a 10 Scooby-Doo book bundle there if you are interested. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Corey. Hi, Mally. If you guys are just joining, we are doing bundles for $10. So you can fill a box, or not bundle, sorry, fill a box for $10, a 10 by 10 box, which is a really great size. Anything from the bin, if you're interested, ignore the price on the bin. Just tell me the bin number and into the box it goes. All right, let's do this one. These ones that I'm showing you are not in the bin. These are just ones I pulled out in case anybody's interested. We also will do, I'll break them up and I'll do individual books for $2 a piece if that's more of what you're interested in. Now this is C.S. Lewis. It does not get any better than C.S. Lewis. These are classics for kids to read. So this is C.S. Lewis, The Chronicles of Narnia. This is The Last Battle. This is The Silver Chair and Prince Caspian. So you get all three of these ones. There are 7 books in total. Here's 3 of the 7. Those can go into your box if you are interested. Just let me know. And this is the Witch series. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books in the Witch series. Let's see, it is, doesn't tell me much more. So we have The Four Dragons. This is reading level, no reading level, but ages 8 to 12. So we have The Four Dragons, The Return of a Queen, The Light of Meridian, The Power of Five. This one says it has comic inserts. Oh, there we are in the back, some comic inserts in the back. Illusions and Lies, Out of the Dark, The Courage to Choose, and A Different Path. All right, that's the Witch bundle there. All right, we're going to read one more story, and then after this story, we'll see what we're going to do. Welcome in, All Things Lovely. I hope you're doing good today. All right, so we're going to do one more story. This one is Bedtime for Gus. It is the story from Cinderella. And while I'm reading this, feel free to browse in the bin. And if you want to fill up a box from anything in the bin, just let me know. Throw that number of the bundle in the chat, and I will pull it out of the bin and into the box it goes. So just ignore the price on the bin. All right, Bedtime for Gus. Cinderella looked out her bedroom window as the sun was setting over the horizon. The sky was golden and orange. In the distance, the clock in the tower of the castle read 8 o'clock. Cinderella leaned over and tapped gently on the walls of her attic room. "Bedtime, everyone," she called. Jack, Susie, Gus, and the other mice hurried out of the mouse hole. Cinderella did all of the household chores in her wicked stepmother's house. She never had any time for fun. So the birds and the mice were her only friends. "Bedtime already?" Jack cried. "Bah, bedtime," Gus asked. Gus was Cinderella's newest mouse friend. She had just rescued him from a trap that morning. "Bedtime, Gus," Susie explained. "Close eyes and fall asleep." Gus looked confused. He closed his eyes and he started to tip over. Jack caught him. "Not fall, Gus," he said. "Fall asleep, like this." He put his head on his hands and pretended to snore. Cinderella laughed. "Falling asleep isn't all there is to bedtime," she said. "Gus has never lived in a house before. We'll have to teach him about getting ready for bed." Okay, the other mice cried. "Show Gus." "First," Cinderella said, "you have to put on your pajamas." She went to her dresser and pulled out a tiny pair of striped pajamas for Gus. "Here, try these on." Soon all the mice were in their pajamas. Gus even wore a pair of cozy slippers. "That's better," Cinderella declared. "Pajamas are much more comfortable for sleeping than regular clothes." Gus nodded. Gus loves pajamas," he exclaimed. Gus wears pajamas all the time." Cinderella smiled. "I'm glad you like your pajamas, Gus, but they are only for when you are sleeping." The mouse nodded. "Now sleep, Cinderella," another mouse cried. Cinderella smiled. "Not quite yet," she said to the young mouse. "First, wash your faces and brush your teeth. When you're all scrubbed and brushed, I'll kiss you goodnight, and then Susie will tuck everyone in." The mice began to brush their teeth. Gus said with a smile, tasting that minty toothpaste. The other mice giggled and finished up. Gus watched carefully, and before long, he was done too. "Tuck in?" Gus asked. Jack pulled him toward the wash basin. "Not yet, Gus, he said. He handed him some soap. Gus watched as the other mice washed their faces with tiny cloths and patted themselves dry with old rags. Then he did the same. When all the mice were neat and clean, Cinderella kissed them goodnight. "It's time for everyone to go to sleep." "Follow me," Jack told Gus. He ran over to his little bed and hopped in. Then he pointed to the bed next to him. "That's your bed," he said. Gus grinned and got under the covers. Susie tucked in each of the mice. "Story, Cinderella," the mice cried. "Story." Cinderella smiled. "All right," she said. "Once upon a time, there was a young prince who lived in a beautiful castle. He had everything that money could buy: fine clothes, jewels, paintings, and more. But something was missing. He didn't have anyone special to love." She continued the story for a long time. Each time she tried to stop, the mice begged for more. After a while, they couldn't keep their eyes open anymore. It was just too late. When the last mouse had fallen asleep, Cinderella tiptoed to her own bed and climbed in. Still thinking about the bedtime story, dreaming up tales made her forget her life of chores. Gus began to snore. Cinderella giggled and pulled up her covers. She glanced once more at the clock on the castle tower. "Oh my," she murmured sleepily. "If the mice had their way, I'd be telling tales until midnight." She snuggled against her pillow and yawned. "If only," she added sleepily, "some of my stories would come true." The birds began to sing a lullaby, and soon Cinderella was fast asleep, dreaming that someday she'd live in a beautiful castle. The end. Thanks so much for hanging out with us for story time. We are doing $10 boxes, so fill a box for $10. If there's anything in the bin that you are interested in, just let me know. We will grab it from the bin and put it in your box. So you could ignore the bin price, and it is $10 for a 10 by 10 box. So pretty good size. You can fit a lot of books in there. We have a lot of Magic Treehouse, Beverly Clearly, Judy Blume, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew. So a lot of the classics, if you are interested in those. And with that, those are also going to be hanging out in my shop too. So if you don't get them in the show, that's okay. You can always let me know. Happy to fill a box for you even through the shop. So let's go find somebody to raid at this point. Let's see. We've been here for a while. I get my mouse to wake up. All right. Okay. Mom's Thrifty Adventures. Awesome. Do you have any of the bin numbers that you want to put in it? I can get you an auction set up. I will, how about this? I'll show some more books and then give you a chance to look through the bin and let me know what you want to put in your box. Let's see, what do we have over here? I know we have a few more books. Oh, we have some Judy Blume, Nancy Drew, and Little Golden. Awesome. I will go ahead and pull those out. We'll put those in the box for you. And we're going to go ahead and get this running then. We're just going to run it for 10 seconds. And then I'll put your name on it and get that box filled up for you. So that is up and going. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm going to write your name on here and put those Nancy Drew and Golden.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. I'm going to pull those out of the bind now really quick.
Welcome to bronze level.
and Bailey School, perfect. So Nancy and Bailey. Got it. So let me go ahead and grab those and we'll get those put in there for you. You still have more space, so if there's anything else that you want, let me know. Let me find the Bailey ones. I just had them in my hand 2 seconds ago. Oh, here we go.
Thank
And then
you.
I have the Goldens in the other room. Let's see, and oh yeah, Bailey will fit. Yeah, those will all fit. If you want to pick one more too, we have a whole nother bundle too. It'll fit in there. So just let me know one more. We'll hang out for a while longer. I'll show some Junie B. Jones in the meantime. There's some good Magic Treehouse ones in there if you may be interested in those. So we have this bundle too. This is Junie B. Jones. There are 10 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Junie B. Jones here. So we have Junie B. Jones Loves Handsome Warren. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Junie, we will add Junie B. Jones to it too. So that you get Loves Handsome Warren, Beauty Shop Guy. Junie B. is a party animal. Junie B. Cheater Pants. Junie B. First grader at last. Boss of Lunch. That's my kid right there. I swear my kid thinks she's the boss, not just of lunch. Aloha Ha. Junie B. Jones is not a crook. Of course not. Toothless Wonder. Junie B. smells something fishy. And Junie has a monster under her bed. So I will add all of those to your bundle too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And that fills your box up nice and big. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and head out. See who we can rate. I do not know who's on. Let me go see if I can find who is on right now. I'm sure there is somebody in our book category that is on. Vintage and obscure children's books. Black Tree Books. Let's go visit them. I've never met them, but we are going to make a new friend. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, for listening to our stories tonight. Let's go raid. Milo says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Let's see if I can.
Honey, what are you doing?
Nothing?